Hey guys, I'm going to read a passage here by Neville Goddard in The Power of Awareness, which is really cool because it kind of just confirms something that I had already thought about, how I've already lived this existence and now I'm just like playing it out type of thing. And like that's kind of like my opinion about like deja vu. Like, why do you have deja vu? Because you literally have already been here and done that. You're just like playing it out now. Anyways, so this is what he says. He says the fact that you can never be anything that you are not already, or experience anything not already existing, explains the experience of having an acute feeling of having heard before what is being said, or having met before the person being met for the first time, or having seen before a place or thing being seen for the first time. Like, you think you're seeing it for the first time, but you're really not. Like, you've been here before. It's like, it's true, that feeling of deja vu. The whole of creation exists in you, and it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it. If creation is finished and all events are taking place now, the question that springs naturally to the mind is what determines your time track? This is what determines the events which you encounter. He said that is what determines the events which you encounter, right? And the answer to that is your concept of yourself. Concept determines the route that attention follows. Here's a good test to prove this fact. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. You will observe that as long as you remain faithful to your assumption, so long will your attention be confronted with images clearly related to that assumption. For example, if you assume that you have a wonderful business, you will notice how in your imagination your attention is focused on incident after incident relating to that assumption. So you'll be like, see, oh yeah, that confirms like what I believe or whatever. Yeah, this always happens to me, or yeah, that always happens. And whatever that is, whether that be a negative thing to you in your life or a positive thing. And for myself, when I want to turn, like when I'm turning something around, I'm going to start pointing out confirmations of my new assumption. So, for instance, people, like if I start assuming to myself, people always call me back and schedule appointments. They always call me back. They always return my calls or my emails. When that stuff starts to happen, though it may be not a ton, it doesn't matter. If it happens once, I'm going to say, you see, that's a confirmation. People always call me back. People are always making appointments with me. And then start building that track by pointing that out, just like we do with negative stuff. You know, when we have negative assumptions and they're playing out, and our life is, and every time they happen, see, that's the way my life always goes. See, that's how it is. And it's hardened into fact. And when you want to shift things and change those assumptions, boy, I'm not going to say that it's hard. I don't want to say that because that's an assumption. But you're turning that ship. You can turn at any point in time that you want. And that's the good news. You can change. You can change your assumption and you persist in it. And then why do you have to persist in it? Because you've persisted in the opposite for so long. It has to come through into the physical world. And you're so used to your negative assumption. And that's the temptation, is to go back to your negative assumption. See, this doesn't work. This always happens to me. Blah, blah, blah. I knew it. So that's really the temptation, is doubt, as always, to go back. Because you're not seeing with your eyes and your senses that which you're now declaring to be your assumption true. You have to wait. I mean, not that you have to be in a period of waiting, but you have to be patient, more so. Patience. Patience. That's why the Bible says faith and patience, faith and patience. So believe that you have already received it and you will see it, but continue to walk in it. And, commitment to what you've said, you have to stand on it. Stand on your faith. Stand on what you've said. Don't doubt yourself. And continue in it. So when you start to make a new declaration, a new assumption, and I'm talking to myself too, you are saying, I am committing to this. Come hell or high waters. It would say, like, I am focused. Like, I'm committed to it. Nothing's going to take it away from me in mind and in my heart. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say. He goes on, but did I read this already? He says, if you assume that you have a wonderful business, yeah, I read that. Friends congratulate you, tell you how lucky you are. Others are envious and critical. From there, your attention goes to larger offices, bigger bank balances, and many other similarly related events. Persistence in this assumption will result in actually experiencing, in fact, that which you assumed. So persistence is really a word that I feel that like Neville Goddard uses a lot, right? You must persist in that assumption. Don't give in and don't go back to the vomit. Don't go back to the old assumption that you don't want to see playing out in your life anymore. Persist in the assumption, persistence in this assumption will result in actually experiencing it eventually. So I'm speaking to myself too, guys, I'm encouraging myself here as well. The same is true regarding any concept. If your concept of yourself is that you're a failure, you would encounter in your imagination a whole series of incidents that conform to that concept. Thus, it is clearly seen how you, by your concept of yourself, determine your present. That is a particular portion of creation which you are now experiencing. Excuse me. And your future, that is the particular portion of creation which you will experience. All right. Yeah, that's about it. So, take care.